The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Fournette. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Faking the handoff, Howell. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run for the first time here with Rachaad White. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cam Sims, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 29, Watson. And that is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 1st down, Howell. Crossing the field, Beckham makes a catch. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
First down, here's White. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Browns, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Browns drive about to get started. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4 seconds. Second down coming up. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 40 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll go play action. Howell steps away to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. It's Howell. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Hunt will try going up the middle. Down to the 25.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Check 26, check 26.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Fournette running out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up love statistics.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. The Browns at 2-0 here to begin the season. And off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Begin.
Now Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now it's Watson. And he completes it to Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, it's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to throw, Watson. His pass caught at the 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Again, it's Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give right side now to Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Let's make these babies cry. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
To throw is Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll go up the middle with White. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Powell, he'll look to throw it. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Forced out to his left. He completes it to Beckham.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now they go play action with Howell.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
Powell down to throw it.
Being chased out left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Well, it's pretty evident that that's not the way you want to try and establish momentum ahead of a possible 4th quarter comeback because you needed points there, at least something to build on for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And room there to work it inside the 25. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
45. Mike, 45. Check Mike. 45.
3rd and 2, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Logan Hall able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Operating from the gun, Watson. And now here is another interception. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw again on second down. Watson. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun, here's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Howell completing the quick throw out wide. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take him to look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Running out of the gun with White. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. White again. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?
This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bucs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they suffered defeat for the first time as they